Stadium in Eugene. A day full of college football has been great, but there's something special about a Saturday night game. It's the UCLA Bruins and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in with the Bruins head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Ducks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The run inside. It's Knight. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
The sure hands, it's Grove. There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Iamaleava to throw. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying.
Makes a grab and room to run. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Bruins. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Running inside. It's Hill. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. right back to the well. And midfield, he's got room. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Ducks want to move quickly.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr., who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like what you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are a committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels. Now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick them up, but they didn't block the...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football, they set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And he tacks on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking for space. It's Knight. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on fourth down.
Man, it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Single back formation, and they give it to him. and just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Direct snap. It's Knight. He'll pitch it. Could be an alley. A very productive run gets it inside the 40 all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Throwing, Imaliava. Plucks it out of the air. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looks as if he's going to run it. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. At the end of quarter one, let's check out the start for both of these quarterbacks. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll send the back in motion. Imaliava working that wide receiver screen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing him. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Bruins can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's Imaliava. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Bruins moving quickly to the line. Got it, looking for the first down. Got enough space. Touchdown, UCLA. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Dante Moore throws to the tight end. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost almost intercepted.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Good timing on the quick out. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Moore. Fires to the right. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Caught. No more room to run as this defense rises up on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down from the 22. Dante Moore wants to throw again. Makes the grab. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Caught in the backfield. It's Matthews. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the 1st time. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Can they catch him? Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. On the run, it's Hill. Runs through a tackle. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Ducks are in the red zone. Quarterback may change this route. Here's Moore to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
This offense has put a pretty good drive together, man. Like showing a little bit of balance, back-to-back plays, creating some chunks of yardage, and now really set up in a position to do well. 1st and goal, and the defense...
Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. Extra point here would tie the game.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Take advantage of that extra blocker. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Knight. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. He picks it up, still on his feet. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Quarterback will keep it. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's stopped short, and it's 4th down.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their 3rd down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Bruins will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Throwing Moore. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's caught. Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Moore to the air. Pulls it in. It's Hill. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Unloads to the right. Picked off to stop the threat. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. So they come to the line, and the Wildcats going to give them a different look. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On the direct snap, it's Knight. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with Iowa taking on the number 13 team, the Washington Huskies. And it's the home team engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. That's caught. It's Moore. The Ducks want to crank the tempo.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
They run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And the Ducks are flying down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll go right back to it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Wide receiver going in motion. In the gun on 3rd down. Moore. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Imaliava. With the catch, it's Matthews. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Here's a heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Caught behind the line. It's Hooks. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
And how about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
Dante Moore escapes the pressure going right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. Quick step and go. Breaks free and he might be gone. And he ran away from the crowd and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
So nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. first snap of the drive from the 25. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Iamaleava fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Morgan. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting first down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a town to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
The screen, he's got wheels. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots. Shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Grab behind the line. It's Morgan. Could not make his way to the corner.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Iamaleava to the air again. Right down the middle. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Makes the grab. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be fourth down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. The Bruins call timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quick toss. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here, because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
From the gun, the running back has it. Maybe some room here. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The Ducks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll give it to him again. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Davison. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. On the run, it's Davison. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Moore. Here's the pressure. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that 1st down. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore working the middle. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. And send the tight end in motion. On the snap, it's Davison. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
Snap to the back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return.